Creating a tile pattern, a repeating tile pattern in Photoshop. Start out by drawing a design that does not touch the sides of the paper. Use a square piece of paper, or at least take a square photograph of your image. Make it in black line with Sharpie. What I did was I did one image and then I put another piece of paper on top and I traced it so I could perfect exactly what I wanted, but the image cannot touch the edges of the piece of paper. First, I'm going to explain exactly what we're doing, and then I'll show you how to do it in Photoshop. You basically cut the entire design in half, and you flip the sides so that the right side's on the left side and the left side's on the right side. And once you've done that, you're going to cut the top and bottom. So you're cutting it in half the other way, and you flip those. And then you take the design in the middle, and you're going to copy that and put it right in the center of your new design. This is actually your tile. So you cut the paper in half, flip it, cut the paper lengthwise, flip it, and then you have this tile that'll repeat itself indefinitely as I'm showing you here. So let's go back and take a look at that original tile and how transforming that tile by cutting it in half and flipping the sides allows it to repeat indefinitely. And then I'm going to show you exactly how technically to do this efficiently in Photoshop. So there's the tile that I created, and there's the original design. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to do this from start to finish in Photoshop. I emailed it to myself, opened it up in Photoshop, and I made sure that it was exactly square. In this case, the image is 42 inches by 42 inches, and the pixels per square inch I set to 300. I'm cropping it. I'm using the crop tool, and I'm cropping it to exactly 21 inches. And then I'm going to save that as a new image. So I called it bottom crop. And I'm going to do the same thing again. After I save it, I'm going to step backwards, and then I'm going to crop just the top of it, and I'm going to save it as top crop. And then I'm going to step backwards again. So it's important that you save your original tile, and then a top crop and a bottom crop. Now I'm going to open up that bottom crop, and I'm going to change the size of it so that it's, again, image canvas size, and I'm going to change the canvas size back to 42 inches so that it's the right size. And I'm going to take that bottom crop and make sure it's slid all the way down to the bottom so that the edges of the image touch the bottom edge of the rectangle. Now I'm going to open up crop top, select all, edit copy, and I'm going to take the bottom and register it to the bottom of the, I'm going to use the move tool, register it to the bottom of the square, and I'm going to take the bottom image and I'm going to register it to the top of the square. So I've just basically cut it in half and put the bottom on the top and the top on the bottom. Now I'm going to flatten it, and I'm going to do the exact same thing with the left and the right. It's 42 by 42. It's an exact square. I'm now going to take the left-hand side, crop it, save that, take the right-hand side, crop it, and save that. So it's crop, save as, right-hand side, or right crop, and then edit undo or edit step backwards, and then do the exact same thing on the left side and save that as left crop or whatever, just so you know which one is which. So at this point, you have cut the tiles in half, flipped them, and then cut them in half again and saved the two halves. It's very important that you save each half and then undo it and then do the other half and save that as a separate named file. Otherwise, you're not going to have your entire image. So now I'm changing the size again to a 42 by 42. Okay, let me crop the left-hand side, Save as, left crop. And now I'm going to step backwards, and I'm going to open up the right crop. I'm going to change the image size to 42 by 42. I'm going to drag it over to the right hand side. I'm going to open up the right crop. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to put it on the left hand side. Now I'm going to go back to my original image. I'm going to just select the shadows. I'm going to select just do select color range and shadows. So I'm just selecting the black lines. Edit, copy. And I'm going to paste that in the middle. I'm going to hit edit, transform, scale, and hold the shift key down so you don't distort the image. The shift key, while changing the scale, will maintain the same aspect ratio. Once I've adjusted it for size, I'm going to flatten the image. I'm going to hit edit, transform, scale. I'm going to use the shift key to make it smaller. And then I'm going to do layer, duplicate layer, and layer, duplicate layer again. And I'm just sliding each layer over, matching it to the previous layer, just like I was laying a tile floor. So layer, duplicate layer, and then use the move tool to slide it into place. Layer, duplicate layer, you use the move tool to slide it into place. And what you're seeing now is a perfect repeating pattern. Because I used the crop tool and I paid attention to the measurements, so I cropped it to just 21 inches, and I made sure that the entire tile was 42 inches. And because it's a perfect square, and because I cropped it exactly, I was able to create this repeating tile pattern. Here's the original tile, and here is the finished wallpaper or wrapping paper pattern. This is the Helpful Art Teacher. Happy creating.